Okay, here are the questions from the internet. I wanted to get to this in the show. I'm glad somebody asked it. What do you think the Norwegian government's reaction will be after the terror attack? Yeah, there was a terrible attack today in Oslo. And I want to read, I had this quote from the Prime Minister. He said, "Our answer is more democracy, more openness to show that we will not be stopped by this kind of violence." I don't think that's anything an American politician would ever say after an attack. We would only go to the more security, more canceling the Bill of Rights, because we're panickers. All right, well, not a lot of panel response to that, huh?
No, but you're right that I mean, one of the problems with America over the past decade has been that we've constantly been running from panic to panic. We had to pass the Patriot Act within a couple days of 9/11. We had to pass TARP over the course of a weekend, otherwise the ATM machines wouldn't work. We had to get into Libya before there was a genocide. This is no way to run a government, and we have to pass a bill that's going to bind us for the next decade in a couple of weeks. I mean, this is just not the way adults are supposed to act.
Well, except for that last one.
Why?
We actually do, but that...
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
No, we need
do
to.
not
We
have
need
enough money.
We need to make sure that we don't miss a debt payment, which we have enough money to pay, and then we need to figure it out. And we're in a slow motion default on.
All right.
Yeah, but I think this whole thing about the violence, about the attack, that's something in America. We do have a really muscular, insular response to that. Because I think something in our DNA says that we're going to live forever. I think people who've lived in other countries that are older than ours, they know they're going to die, and they live with the idea of death, and we don't. And I think when that happens to us, we flip right around in a way that's very, protective into a shell.
And really hurt ourselves. I mean,
yes, we do.
I mean, the wars in Afghanistan, Iraq, and fighting in the terrorism in Pakistan, they say is going to cost us $4 trillion. Well, there's your deficit reduction that we're all fighting about. If we hadn't fought those wars.
Although I think
at the same time, you're lowering taxes. Lowering taxes for people who can afford to pay more. Simply,
then pay more.
I'm willing to pay more.
Then pay more. Nothing is stopping you. The Treasury Department has a website where you can pay.
I can do that?
Once again, it's one of these things that you have to tell people.
Yeah, come on.
No, I'm just saying. But
wait,
can I just say that the intervention in Afghanistan to go after bin Laden, and they said to the Taliban, turn him over. You're harboring, and the Taliban didn't play ball, so we went into Afghanistan. I think that made sense. The real problem with that is that we hung out there with absolutely no idea of what we're doing, and we're still there.
Right.
And this is also something that Obama, who was he got elected partly because people were like, oh, he's not going to be a complete dick on wars like Bush was, and he tripled the number of troops in Afghanistan, and now next year he'll reduce it down to where they were when he took office.
And up the Pentagon budget.
Yeah, and over 10 years he'll raise it more than the Republicans want.
It's also on the chopping block. It
shouldn't even be open for
But we
discussion.
should take care of those veterans, and we should pay them on August 3rd. Yeah.
Tali asked, would you like to see a Democrat challenge Obama in 2012?
That's not possible.
But that's not the question. Would you like to see it? Yeah.
That's not, Bill. I'm on the committee. It's not possible. Obama, as unpopular as some of the things that he's proposing to do to try to get us back down the fiscal path of growth, it's not possible. I don't believe there's a Democrat in America today. Well, you can run, Bill, but you'll get your ass whipped.
Well,
get your ass whipped, Bill.
I'm not even a Democrat. I'm an independent like him, who just happens to always vote Democrat.
He'll really get his ass whipped.
Hey, I'll tell you this.
I'll whip it.
I don't vote for a president. Why bother? No.
You don't?
Why bother?
Do you pay your taxes?
I certainly do.
Okay.
Sadly, because I'm a coward, I don't even take all of my deductions because I'm afraid that they're going to come after me.
I personally would like to see a Democrat in the White House. I can only think that here was the situation. After election night in November 2008, what part of the Obama team, who were pretty damn smart to get elected, what part of them didn't say to themselves, gee, I wonder if the Republicans will just give us a pass for the next 4 years? What part of them did not envision the vitriolic attack that started on that day, on Election Day, determined to turn him into Jimmy Carter? What part of it didn't say on January 20th, OK, this is what's going to happen. It's going to take not 4 years. We got into this ditch over 8 years. It's going to take us 8 years.
Well,
stick with it.
Jimmy Carter... Say what you want about Jimmy Carter, but Jimmy Carter was a Democratic president who had Democratic policies. This is not a president, let's be honest, who really has Democratic policies. I mean,
He's not good on civil liberties. He's not good on war.
I mean, I keep
He's
saying.
not good on drug legalization. He refuses to actually endorse gay marriage. I mean, who needs him?
Well, we do need him, and he's certainly better than the alternative. And
I think, you know,
way
Harry,
better.
I think an empty suit
what he's
is as
also
good an
what he is
alternative.
dealing with is unprecedented. Never has I mean, let's be honest. That is so true. I mean,
everybody
are you kidding?
who has a
If there was a
beleaguered
deal like there is on the table now with Bob Dole and Howard Baker and those old Republicans, Alan Simpson, they would have signed that in a
Ronald Reagan would
heartbeat.
come from the grave tonight to sign that.
Right.
3.5 trillion?
Okay. I gotta go. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week.